So I've arrived in Italy. I'm currently in the northeast part of the country in this beautiful nature surrounding countryside house where I'm going to be spending about 3 weeks here. Just really diving deep into resetting and then also having some space to get creative, write some scripts for a short film I want to make in order to get to this goal of making a feature film one day. And I've been here for about a week and it's been really beautiful. Not only because it's just a very calm, peaceful surrounding where I can focus on my work, but also I've given myself a week to just ground because getting here was quite hectic. And it's been great. I've been, sleeping in, catching up on my sleep. I've been reading, journaling, writing, connecting with others here who are also here on this creative residency. And importantly, also to just focus on inspiration as well. And being able to do that has been a real blessing. And what's been really interesting though, after the honeymoon period's over, about a week in, the mind starts coming and nagging, that voice going, oh, you don't have a lot of time. It's all goal orientated. You want to make sure you achieve something by the end of it, have something tangible. But it's ridiculous because I'm actually here not only for 3 weeks, I'm actually in Europe for about 2 months, and majority of that time I've blocked out just so I can have space to reset and to work on this transition from being a commercial filmmaker and into making my personal films. So I had to kind of work on that a little bit and inquiring into it. What's going on is definitely this relationship with time. And then also this longer term thing of, in order to achieve what I want to achieve and to make this feature film, it's going to be a long path, and I'm only at the beginning of it. And is this thought, wow, like how long is it going to take and am I going to be able to make it, So it's just this like idea of time being a pressure and being a slave to the time, and then, how can we kind of overcome that and actually be a master of time? So what's been really helpful is to be able to accept and surrender into pausing and going slow. It's been a massive practice, not just here, but I think in my life, being okay with how long things take. And I think the most important insight here is working to our natural rhythm, accepting that everything takes time and it will take the time it needs, the natural rhythm, in order for us to get there. And then just slowing down the pace and enjoying the time and being present. It's a practice of presence and patience. And just taking that one step at a time. And what is the next step? What is the next step? That's it. I only have to focus on the next step, that next elegant step in order to get to where I need to get to, rather than focusing on this kind of future speculative goal that I may or may not get there. It doesn't matter as much as what is the next step. And I find that approach just makes it a lot easier. The other thing is this thought of this moment is never going to happen again, or at least in this way where I've given myself this couple of months and to travel to Europe and to work on something very important for me in my life. and also surrounding with, you know, this environment that I'm in, and also the people that I'm with, like everything all happening in unison. It's not going to happen in this same pattern or sequence or environment again, and I want to cherish that, pausing and taking those conversations and spending more time on it, and not, even if I get distracted, it's okay, like if it's not completely aligned with my goals, and literally stopping to smell the flowers, and then also sleeping in if I need that rest, or reading more pages of that novel, and writing slower, things like that, going for a walk, going for a swim, when my body calls for it, taking that nap. And it's this paradox of, yes, while we have this idea of we need to strive, we need to go faster, but I think the paradox is, if we slow down and work to our natural rhythms, then we actually get there faster. So I'm just going to let that sit and sink for both of us right now, and leave it at that. Because someone said to me once, you don't ask plants to grow faster, they will bloom and flower when they're ready. So following those natural cycles. So I do understand that this is way easier said than done. I could sit here and, tell you all this and tell myself this, but when we're in the actual moment, it's actually very difficult, because, the mind kind of takes over. But for me, it's a practice. This is a practice. And every time, those thoughts come up, it's just an opportunity to work on it. So then we could improve our craft, not just in the technique of what we want to offer into the world, but evolve and improve our craft in living.